What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are here for part 2 of our Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the Houston Texans. We are 5 years in at this point. Has it been a good 5 years? Absolutely not. So far we have won 2 divisional titles, which is, it is something, but no Super Bowls. I think maybe 1 playoff win, even though our boy under center, Deshaun Watson, is a 2-time MVP, Superstar X Factor, user god. We moved on from DeAndre Hopkins, but we got Will Fuller to take his spot. He's not quite at the echelon of a 98, 99 wide receiver that DeAndre Hopkins was, but he's already a Superstar X Factor. He is 30, but he's pretty damn good. And we have really good skill position players. We got DeAndre Swift. We got Brevin Jordan. Laviska Shenault. You flip to the defense. I got a little mad in the last episode because I hate the 3-4 defense in the Sims. Someone told me to run 3-4 Storm. They get better results. So I said, okay, I'll try it. We'll revert back from that 4-3 and try to stick with the 3-4 here. We got J.J. Watt, Amenahu, DJ Reader. We got Amos, Superstar X Factor that we drafted out Central Florida. One of our best draft picks ever. Would probably make our all-time rebuild random draft class team. It's a solid team. This is a really, really solid team. And the fact that our, I think last 2 seasons of the rebuilds used 4 and 5 of part 1, we were horrific. I have no idea where Bill O'Brien's job security is. So this could very well be the shortest part 2 rebuild ever. It could be 1 year. We could be one and done unless we start performing on the field. So with that being said, let's get into our first offseason and get into year 6. For our first free agency, we're not going to spend too much money. I'd like to bring in Edwards-Helaire as our backup running back to DeAndre Swift. He is a scheme fit, but we have 2 guys gone. Willikis is hitting free agency. Bernardrick McKinney in the inside down here is hit free agency. I feel like we could draft him. I feel like there's almost always a couple linebackers worth drafting. Maybe not middle linebackers. There's no one. We need pass coverage, guys, and there is not a lot there. What's Okereke pass coverage? 80. Ooh. But he's already 28, and there's already a big bid on him. Yeah, look. Maybe someone like that. We can get Davis Gaither. He's 26. And he's pass coverage, move him inside, he'll be fine. So yeah, we'll get him, but usually there's like an edge rusher linebacker and stuff like that we can grab in the draft. So there we go. It's 2 pretty goddamn solid players anyways. So looking at the draft recap, probably top 5 draft we've ever had in Madden 20. No one below a 70. We'll start and work our way up. So we needed a punter. We just got a 71 punter. I think he was like 27th in true talent. Sure. We got a 70 guard, Casey Jones out of Wyoming. We got a 71 guard, Randy Bayless out of Texas. Might have gone highest bench press. Clearly did. Look at their strength. Identical. 3rd round, Ben Youngblood. Guess what number? Number 6 in true talent. Got him at pick 10 in the 3rd round. Scheme fit corner, hidden dev. I couldn't believe it. He was like 5th round with a mid-first round talent. I was like, pfft. Hell yeah. 3rd round, we got a 74 running back here. Normal dev, still a nice playmaker. 2nd round, needed an outside linebacker. Got a schemes fit, 75 hidden dev out of Stanford. Stanford is known for developing their 3-4 outside linebackers. Now, what's not impressive is that we did have the number 1 overall pick. We were the worst team in the National Football last year. So we got William Ferrara, 79 hidden dev defensive tackle. He could play anywhere on the line. I'm prepared because he's a speed rusher. That's now what we're doing now in this 3-4 Storm. I might be able to flex about the defensive end when J.J. Watt moves on. So there's a really nice looking playmaker here, getting 80 speed, 84 acceleration with 96 strength. He was not the number 1 player in the draft, though. He was number 2. So I wonder who's better. It would have been this guy, Bo Reinhardt, the quarterback, Tennessee, 79. Looks pretty damn good. Let's just get a little sneaky poo here. What is he? He's only a star. Makes me worried. Makes me worried about my hidden dev traits. But on paper, that's as good of a draft class as I can recall in Madden 20 as we gear up for year 6 of the Madden 20 realistic rebuild of the Houston Texans. But on the bye, year 6, 7-2, saving Bill O'Brien's job. Really, really 2-horse race in the AFC South between us and the Houston Oilers. Is that actually a rivalry, though, because of that? But the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans are the top dogs here in this division. It's going to be neck and neck down the stretch. So looking at contracts, first off, we got Will Fuller. Yeah, kind of need to pay him. DJ Reader, at this point, is kind of replaceable. 30 years old, 11 million. We have D tackles in the pipeline. JJ Watt, this is almost more of a respect thing. If he takes a 1-year deal, we'll bring him back. We got Nazrul Dean. Definitely want him back there. Starter at strong safety. Long-term plans for him. That's about it. I mean, we're going to be losing some solid depth there. We could probably do a little bit better than Kyle Phillips as an outside linebacker. Draft one or something like that. So, yeah, J.J. Watt, Nazrul Dean, and Will Fuller, congrats on your new contracts. In year 6, J.J. Watt comes in as we made the playoffs, and this is going to be a big one. This is going to be his final season. Well, I assume it's our final. I don't know if that's 100% certain, but it's probably going to be his final season. We were a tie away from winning the AFC South, which is kind of brutal. Looking at our season stats here, Deshaun Watson, 4,100 yards, 38 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Run the ball just under 1,000 yards. It's not actually that good. Receiving, not that great. Redstone is really coming along as a slot wide receiver, though. 83 overall slot. That's all we're developing. I don't care about physical or scheme fit or anything like that. We're just making him a big slot. Looks pretty good. Chanel, solid year. Will Fuller, not really living up the contract we just gave him. That's for damn sure. Defensively, so we switched schemes as suggested. Now the interceptions looked kind of good. Sacks are not great. Maybe we need to find a better playbook. I don't know if there's a Storm playbook or not. We got Cunningham, Conley. I'm going to have to go read the message he sent me. He sent me a Facebook, man. Guys, I don't use Facebook. But interceptions look better than what they were, for sure. Yearly awards, just shot. Whoa, that's his 3rd MVP. He wins his 3rd MVP award in 6 years. In the AFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Deshaun Watson. Defensive Player of the Year went to Miles Jack. Adrian Hendricks is your Defensive Rookie of the Year. Look, we have 3 guys in the top 4. Quarterback love, individual awards. I'm not expecting much for our squad here, but Deshaun Watson gets his 3rd MVP award as we have found ourselves in the playoffs. So we kick things off against a dangerous 8-8 team. I don't care who it is. You're 500 in the playoffs. You're going to be favored in the sim. Okay, it's snow game in Buffalo. We just did a Bills rebuild not too long ago. We all know about the Bills and the snow games. So hopefully it works out well. Come on, we got the 3-time MVP in Deshaun Watson. Now people are starting to discuss, that's the only thing holding him back from being one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. How many people have won multiple MVPs? Peyton, Brett Favre. Has any QB ever won 3 MVPs? I'll Google that after this, but I don't think so. So right now, from like an individual standpoint, I don't think anyone's got more than 3. Deshaun Watson is like the greatest performer quarterback, but everyone's talking about the Super Bowl, the lack of playoff success. That's really holding him back when you're talking about the GOAT. So here we go, getting a playoff win here in the wild card. We have to run the gauntlet 27-3 over the Buffalo Bills. So in the second round, we have the Cleveland Browns, and to be corrected, Peyton Manning has won 4 MVPs, so we're still 1 behind with Deshaun Watson, but a similar narrative, because until Peyton Manning finally got the job done, it was all about might be the best passer, but he has no, Super Bowls or anything like that with the Colts until he did. So hopefully that's going to be the case here with Deshaun Watson, but his things are not looking particularly great here against Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. Falling a little bit behind, but looks like we're closing things up here just a little bit for the end of the first half. Okay, pretty disappointing. Walk away with no points there. I always want to know what the Sim's doing. What's going on? Are we going for it on 4th down? Or we just turn the ball over? Are we settling for a field goal? Quick turnover. 3-point lead in the 4th quarter. Can we hold on? Can we not piss this one away? Come on, for all things Deshaun Watson. Just get a touchdown. This game's over. 10-point lead. Finish it. There we go. 3-point victory. The Houston Texans. Big time battle there. Very accurate from Deshaun Watson. Not an amazing game. Not crazy. Not putting the team on his back, but very strong performance as the Houston Texans finally are getting some momentum in the playoffs here in year 6, and we're in the AFC Championship game. All right, enough. Just talked about the Colts, and we're taking on the Colts in the AFC Championship game. They got an X factor in Jacoby Brissett. Somehow that happened. We should be able to win this divisional rival. It's a big time matchup. They were ahead of us because of a tie. We know we're the better team. We know we got the better players. But this looks like a real good game. A classic, if you will. Down 1 point here. Getting a little touchdown. And we enter the 4th quarter with a 7-point lead. Full-time tutty. Kick the field goal. Give us that 2-score cushion. All right. Finish it. Oh, no, of course, we had to punt it away. I might have to hop in. This might be the closest chance we do it. We actually get in. 32-29. We entered this year worried about Bill O'Brien's job security. We got more than that here. Deshaun Watson, 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards on the ground for DeAndre Swift, as it took 6 seasons, 3 MVPs for Deshaun Watson, but finally we got our first Super Bowl appearance. Here we go, Super Bowl time. We got the 10-6 Seattle Seahawks. Look at what they're working with. They got Russell Wilson as their X Factor, Clowney Reed, Dre Greenlaw, and the veteran center Rodney Hudson as their big-time playmakers. Are we worried? Not one damn bit. We got the momentum. J.J. Watt's final season. Definitely a player deserving of a Super Bowl title, for sure. One of the greatest on and off the field players of all time. I think a top 10 defensive end in the history of this league. So let's go out and do it for J.J. Come on. We are the better team on paper. We have whatever under the hood momentum we got from that scenario of J.J. Watt saying this is his last hurrah. I feel like that could definitely be something that weighs here in the Madden sim. So we jump out to a 10-0 lead. J.J. Watt put on a fine performance, leading these men, pitching a near shutout in the first half. No touchdowns given up or surrendered by the Houston Texans defense. Instant touchdown to capitalize off Seattle. This is looking good, man. This is looking pretty. 17-point lead. We got a 10-point lead now, but we're going all the way downfield. I'm gonna hop in on one of these plays here. Give me a chance. Third down alert will come in here. Third down on the 20. This game's over. Let's take a shot. Will Fuller, he's a nice old vet. I would love actually for like a trick play to be able to throw J.J. Watt in there. But let's see. We got Fuller. We got Brevin Jordan. That's probably where we're going to go. Or just scramble with the best player in the game. Get a first down. He has a rushing touchdown. I'm sure he's going to get MVP. And I love the fact that for once, when we hop into a sim that's in the playoffs, we're not wearing a horrendous jersey combination. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is definitely a thing. Come on, can we get a touchdown? Can we stomp them? Put a 40 bomb on them. Oh, yeah, we can. If I get blocking from any of these wide receivers, or we just juke him out of his cleats as zeros are on the clock. Deshaun Watson. That's his moment right there. I think everything considered, he's one of the greatest. 3 MVPs. Now he got a Super Bowl. Most likely a Super Bowl MVP. It took us 6 seasons, but I am a big fan of Deshaun Watson. I have been since his time as a freshman at Clemson. Or what is he, a sophomore, redshirt freshman? One of the two. He finished out his first year at Clemson on a torn ACL and was carrying that team. It was before Clemson were what they are right now, the juggernaut that they are today. That transitionary year after Taj Boyd. I was like, I love Deshaun Watson, so I'm a fan wherever he plays, because let's be honest, in real life, seems like he's probably got to bounce from Houston. Who knows? If Bill O'Brien gets fired, maybe they'll just do it. But there we go. Not a pretty game. Oh, he needed 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns and 2 picks. But now Deshaun Watson, 3-time league MVP, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. He's entering top 5 quarterback all-time discussion. That's probably going to be our thumbnail. Deshaun Watson, the greatest quarterback of all time after this rebuild. But we got Fuller, we got Deshaun, DeAndre Swift all up there, Zach Cunningham. And there we go. The first Super Bowl in the history of the Houston Texans organization. It only took us 6 years. Now it is time to focus this rebuild, not necessarily on just becoming a dynasty, but seeing if we can make Deshaun Watson the GOAT. Peyton Manning, 4 Super Bowls, 2 MVPs. Obviously, you got Brady with all the Super Bowls. Deshaun wants to enter that conversation. We got 4 more years left. There we go. It's official. J.J. Watt, one of the greatest of all time, is about to announce his retirement. Statistically speaking, the big man finishes his career. What do we got here? With 902 tackles, 90 TFLs, 146 total sacks. That should put him on the top 10 list. I would think we're pretty close. Yeah, it does. 2, 4, 6, 7th all-time. Him and Aaron Donald right there. And I think that's fitting. I think, honestly, if I'm taking J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, in their prime, give me J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, Dolman, give me J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, Peppers, probably Peppers. J.J. Watt, Kevin Green, give me J.J. Watt. I think top 5. I think top 5, Bruce Smith, probably at number 2. Okay, let's go. Reggie White. First of all, disgusting that has him as a Packer, but I guess that's a TV fish. Reggie White, number 1. I definitely think, probably Bruce Smith, number 2. I'd go Jabril Peppers, 3. J.J. Watt, 4. That's probably how I'd do it. Maybe Donald at 5, oddly enough, but what hell of a career, J.J. Watt. So for free agents here, we're going to go on one kind of a limb. We don't know how well he's going to transition to a linebacker from like a coverage standpoint, but he is a scheme fit, and we're going to move an outside linebacker. Chris Rumph, who is a 24-81 star dev defensive end speed rusher fit that is going to move to right outside linebacker. So here's a look at our draft class here. After winning the Super Bowl, wasn't a bad draft class. First round, we went guard. He was number 4 in true talent. Lucas Moore out of Oklahoma, 76 overall. Second round, we get a 74 hidden dev wide receiver out of South Florida, Joe Carruthers. Just pretty well-rounded, great route runner. Outside, we didn't get any depth traits. Put it that way, we got a lot of depth linemen here. And for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me make that pick. It just automatically simmed it out. And he is absolute garbage. So that's our draft. It's pretty good. Year 7 is here, and here's our squad as we get ready. Not a lot of changes on the offense. Moore, our first-round pick, will actually start at guard. That's why we made the selection. We got 94 up, Brevin Jordan's up to a 94. Chanel's in the 90s. We're actually starting to see a 1-point regression on Will Fuller. A little annoying. Redstrom's 85. We got Carruthers. Hopefully he gets some snaps. On the defense, J.J. Watt actually didn't retire. He's still here, so I'm perfectly fine with that. The bad news is that all of our hidden devs last year came out as stars. Ferreira, Youngblood, and Hendricks all star devs, which is kind of brutal. Rumph was our free agency signing, and he actually is on par. He didn't go down or regress anything, I don't think. I think he was an 80, maybe an 81. So maybe a point or two fluctuation from going to defense end to outside linebacker, but he is a scheme fit. This team's looking good, man, but hopefully we could see some sacks. I did some diving on this 3-4 storm, and I've heard that either Denver or Detroit are the 2 playbooks people on the internet have been using. So we're going to start with the Detroit Lions, see where we're at mid-season. If we got some sacks, we'll be fine. If not, we'll flip to Denver until we can figure out a way to generate pressure in the sim with a 3-4 defense in Madden 20. For the bye, no idea really where we're at as a squad. As DeAndre Swift looking like trying to get an X factor in the sim. Good luck, young man. We are 4-4, which is middle of the AFC South, 3rd in the South right now. One thing I did note, too, by the way, we started this rebuild with the number 1 overall pick. We went from literally the worst team in the league to the best team in the league in 1 year. I don't know if I've ever done that. That's worth noting. But coming out of the bye, let's spend some XP here and find out who is in line for a new contract. I think that's Brevin Jordan. Yep. Okay, there you go. You're good. You're real good. Okay, you're going to hold me over here. That's phenomenal. Redstrom, really solid slot wide receiver. I like to keep him. Tunsil on a 2-year. That's not too bad. He wants more money. Of course he does. Zach Cunningham, unfortunately, is replaceable this way. He's already starting to regress. I think he regressed 2 points. I thought he was an 85 last year. J.J. Watt's still here. He's definitely retiring this year. Northrup is a guy that I envision a little bit longer term with our squad, being able to step in as a defensive end. So we'll make sure he gets a new contract as well as Tunsil and Brevin Jordan. So in year 7 to follow up a Super Bowl victory, we 7-8-1, below 500. Not good at all. Look at our stats. Deshaun Watson, a little bit of an off year, still not bad. Can't buy a 1,000-yard rusher. Can't buy a 1,000-yard receiver. Defensively, the sacks are definitely up here. The sacks are definitely up. He didn't really need to experiment too much outside of the Lions playbook. Works well in the storm. Cunningham getting a lot of plays here. And of course, as we don't extend, he's probably going to go up dev trade to a superstar. And it's going to make us look like an idiot for not re-signing him for when we did. Yearly awards, Jordan Love is your MVP. Deshaun Watson coming in number 5. For these individual awards, don't think you'll see many Houston Texans. Unfortunately, you do not. It's just a complete write-off. Let's get into year 8. Free agency here, we actually don't have a lot of money. We only have $11 million in cap. That's a little too tight for me, especially not knowing 100% who we need to re-sign next season. So we're just going to kind of stay out of free agency. This actually, so far, this Texans rebuild, I would say right there with the Cardinals that we didn't win any Super Bowl, has been the most free agency signings we've had in a rebuild. We could reunite Clowney. We could do that. We could bring him back. But the Eagle fan in me just doesn't want anything to do with this clown right now. Recap, we had a lot of picks. I simmed it out. I was getting tired of, just constantly kicking the can down the road. Might as well just get it over with. We made 2 big picks here in the first round. Going to be a defensive end, another just speed rusher. Cedric Orchard, 76, hidden dev, for the love of God. Be something better than a star. And then the second round, we got Shawn Guerin, 77, normal, number 8 in true talent. Obviously, the depth trait's not great, but he's a deep threat. Will Fuller's getting old, so he's a guy that can hopefully step into that role. Hopefully, he can earn a depth trait along the way as well. So, we had one glaring hole in our team. It's our second middle linebacker, so we're able to trade a third, a fullback, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire to the Chargers for L. Love. We're just going to say L's first name, but he's a star-dev middle linebacker, scheme fit as well. Let's let him introduce herself as we take a look at our team as we get gear up for year 8. On the offense, things remain pretty much exactly the same everywhere. The good news is Carruthers, our hidden dev wide receiver, actually came out as a superstar dev. So he's just waiting to make the most of his opportunity. And Chanel and Fuller are older, and we got a lot of youth behind them at wide receiver, so I do like that. On the defense, Love actually doesn't have a hidden dev. That shit kind of sucks, but he's 76 overall. He's only 23. It was a solid move when all is said and done, because would I essentially trade a second-round pick for a 76 overall linebacker, who most likely in true talent, if you're 76 normal, probably top 15. Absolutely, I would do that. Defensive line, no more J.J. Watt. He retired, so we're going Orchard, our first-round pick. He's going to be flexed out here at defensive end. No other changes to be had on the defense. This is the team. Definitely needs to bounce back here in year 8 in search of our second Super Bowl. On the bye here in year 8, and we're undefeated. 4-0. Looks like it's, I mean, how are the Titans so good every year? They are very consistent. We have a breakout player. It's DeAndre Swift. Literally, I think it was the same case last year. Maybe after your bye is always a common dev trait scenario or something like that. Contracts, what do we got? Who wants to get paid? Who wants some money? Raheem Amos, 91 overall corner. Yeah, let's get you to your 30 years old. We'll get you a 4-year deal. Justin Reed, solid veteran. He wants a 3-year deal. He should hold on to his rating fairly well. Darren Riddick, another really nice, solid corner. We'll take that. Oh, he wants more money because corners grow on trees. Let's be honest. Corners grow every year in the first round. There's a first-round corner we could pick. So if you want more money than that, bud, goodbye. Davis Gaither, solid middle linebacker. He's a scheme fit. Might actually come back, renegotiate on that. And look, Drake, 76, he's 24. Wants a tenth of friggin' what the other guy wants. So we'll give him a brand new contract, but nothing too big outside of Amos. At the end of year 8, we get our 3rd divisional title, 13-3 top dogs in the AFC South. Played pretty well. We played very well, actually. Deshaun Watson finished the year 4,400 yards, 38 touchdowns. Also chipped in with 500 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns. Might have an MVP. Might be his 4th MVP. I don't know. Over 1,000 yards for DeAndre Swift, 13 touchdowns for Austin. Our rushing attack was on point. 1 yard short of a 1,000-yard receiver in Chanel, 960 for Redstrom. Defensively, the sack, 100, Davis Gaither, whatever, played really well. Our sacks are definitely up. Adrian Hendricks, 12.5, 9 for Omenahu. Interceptions look pretty good. So yeah, the 3-4 storm and working pretty well. Might have to make that our new 3-4 defense. MVP, there we go, his 4th MVP award, tying Peyton Manning for the most all time. Deshaun Watson. Beautiful. Thing of goddamn beauty. Outside of that, we actually had no individual award winners outside of our kicker. Shout out to our kicker. But we got that first round bye. That all that matters as we kick things off to find out who the best team is in the AFC South against the 10-6 Titans. Okay, we know they ain't got shit. Titans ain't got shit. They just got old man Derrick Henry. I'm not worried. One damn bit. 7-7 second quarter. Who's their quarterback? I'm trying to think who their quarterback is at this point. It's definitely not Ryan Tannehill. If it's still Ryan Tannehill, I'll sell my YouTube channel, okay? So we're down. We're tied up. It's a close game, evenly matched. It's like a nice heavyweight boxing fight. Everyone's getting a score here. I'd love us to tie this one up at 28 apiece. Have everything to play for. Let's go all the way down the field. Come on. We got Deshaun, 4-time MVP. He will not be denied. Defense get a stop, and they do. As they move by 35-20, their quarterback is Jordan Love. Really good quarterback out of Utah State. But a strong performance from the Texans as we are back in the AFC Championship game. All right, we're going up against another great dual threat. I don't know if it's going to really translate in the NFL, but Jalen Hurts is the quarterback right now for the Raiders, so that's something. The Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts, very much feels like a college football matchup of quarterbacks. But this is Super Bowl on the line. We don't want to lose the Raiders. Raiders are 14-2, so very strong right now in this league. But we're down 6 into the second half. Don't worry, we've been here before. I'm not worried about our team. Our team's not shook. Our team's not shook. Look at that. Instant touchdown. This is dominance. This team is built to win. We are now entering the Deshaun Watson era. Finish this game off, Deshaun. Kick the field goal. Up 3, buck 30. Defense needs a stand. And they get it. We're heading to the Super Bowl. Outstanding job, defense. Hurts and Watson went at it like they were both still in college. 4 touchdowns apiece. Defense not on display, but we got ourselves into our second Super Bowl. So we go, Super Bowl against the 10-6 New Orleans Saints. What are they working with? They got Justin Herbert, Kamara, Michael Thomas, and Darren Lee. God, imagine Darren Lee being a super track. Micah Parsons, Ramchick, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Sidney Jones, finally able to turn his career around after kind of being a bust for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a real good team. Top to bottom, we're about equal. Stars to superstars. They might have a slight edge on paper. This is a battle. This is definitely, without a shadow of doubt, the 2 best teams in the NFL. Call me old-fashioned, but I like when a Super Bowl is this. I like it when clearly like the 2 best teams on paper are meeting the Super Bowl. It's not like I'm going up against like a 7-8-1 Bears team or something stupid like that. That does happen on occasion. We have fallen a little bit behind here. Down 11. Not good. Don't want to go in any worse. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're not playing particularly well. Settling for a lot of field goals. Saints defense came to play. Our team is feeling fairly complacent. We don't have the momentum of J.J. Watt willing our team right now, which is pretty brutal. We'll come in, throw a touchdown if we can. I don't know. Usually it works, right? When we come in, we can hit the bomb. I don't know if it's going to be the case. Our team's actually kind of old. We don't have a lot of speed at wide receiver. Chanel and Fuller had speed, but now they're veterans at this point in their careers. But we can throw it to Brevin Jordan, the tight end. Takes contact. Can't get in. No touchdowns for your MVP, Deshaun Watson. Anytime that happens, it's not going to be a good day. We just got severely outplayed here, and the Saints deserve to win that Super Bowl. Let's get into year 9. Winner free agency here with actually a decent amount of money looking at the names that are left. However, we only really need one position, center. We don't have a center on the roster. There's not really a guard that I can slide in there. So we are going to sign Ross, or try to sign Ross Mace. Looks all right, pretty solid. For really the final draft that could get us a meaningful player, we had a couple good prospects, but, you know, we simmed out after the first 2. None of them had a dev trait. We got Armand Lynch, 74, tackle, and we got Griggs, a 75 free safety. Now, Griggs could actually pan a little bit, depending on what happens with Reed down the stretch of the final 2 years, but he's just more so a death move at this time. Those winner year 9, still Premier team. 90 overall on offense. Only change, we slid in a tackle Wheeler to center because I love Madden. Doesn't make sense, but we could get away with it. Everything else, everyone's maintaining their ratings fairly well. We actually might have a new member of the 99 Club when all said and done here in Brevin Jordan at tight end. On the defense, again, exactly the same across the board. No weakness. Really, really strong team. Hendricks has gone up in a dev trait. He would have got that. There we go. Yeah. Great job. So, feeling good. Feeling pretty. Feeling like we can definitely continue to contend for the final 2 years of this rebuild. Maybe get an MVP record. Get our 5th for Deshaun Watson. We have 2 more years to go. Would love to also add another Super Bowl to that tally. Coming to the bye, we're 5-2, which is pretty damn good. Top dogs in the AFC South. And this is usually what is, in my opinion, the most important free agency period of the 10-year rebuilds, as this is the decision of what guys do we want for that 5th, or that, you know, the final year, the year 10. So we absolutely want DeAndre Swift at running back. We want Adrian Hendricks at outside linebacker finally developing. You know, we could kind of cheese it a little bit and offer these guys like the longest term possible to try to make the cap hit as minimal so that we can maybe, you know, make a chance to add a guy via free agency to maybe get us over the hump if need be. But it also adds importance to a lot of these guys that are really on 1-year deals and stuff like that. Because, I mean, you know, Larry Tunsil, for example, we weren't going to give him a big long-term deal, but because we only have 1 season left, I'm going to be inclined to say we're probably going to want you to stick around. It's not, we're not going to have time to grow and develop anyone else beyond you. So I'm literally going to try to re-sign every single player that we got here that's in a green, and then we'll still have a little bit of cash to maybe splurge on one big-name free agent for the 10th and final season. At the end of year 9, we got another divisional title, our 4th. The old spreadsheet here of the rebuild. Easily the most dominant team here in the AFC South. 92 overall, first round bye. Looking at the stats, Deshaun Watson didn't really play like an MVP here, but still pretty good. 30 touchdowns to 7 picks. Also threw in 5 and 4 there. Running attack still pretty good as a unit. No dominant wide receiver. Defensively, let's see if the scheme's still maintaining. It's all right. It's dropping off a little bit, but the sacks are definitely better than we were just running base 3-4 with nothing else around it. But probably the worst year box score stat-wise that we've seen from our defense. And they're still top 5 in the NFL. Yearly awards MVP went to Jalen Hurts. Deshaun came in at 4. The individual awards, probably not going to see any guys from our team because no one had a standout season. The whole team, though, played very well. And we're going to kick things off by taking on the New England Patriots in the playoffs. So this is a Patriots team that obviously has been able to rebuild itself after the exit of Tom Brady. So it's interesting to see that it took them roughly 9 years. 7, so that would have been Brady usually retires year 2. 7 years to get back on top, and they are smoking us. A team that historically will come in for one bomb here. See if we can actually hit it. I can't remember the last time the Texans actually beat the Patriots, and it seems obviously they've been able to do it. Oh crap, we got to get a playoff quick. But it's like right there, Breven Jordan. Come on! Oh, of course, can't lead forward. All Madden, annoying. If I was playing on All Pro, I just hate the fact you get different animations if you're just straight up playing on All Madden versus All Pro. Let's just get to the end of the game. We're not going to play this one. This is looking pretty rough here, as we're going to crash and burn in year 9. Hey, we got a touchdown. We didn't get shut out, which is good. But yeah, it just feels like if you look at teams at the Patriots and their dominance in the AFC, obviously you think of the Colts. But I think a team like the Texans, as of last 3-4 years, Patriots have kind of had their number. They do here. Mitchell Trubisky is a GOAT in the Madden sim, and he knocks off Deshaun Watson. So now we're putting all together. Year 10, a lot on the line. Trying to get our 2nd Super Bowl, trying to get Deshaun's 5th MVP. Let's do it. For our final free agency, we're going to go on. We're going to dip here a little bit. We got Ben Bredesen and Alex Leatherwood. We're the overwhelming #1 bid on both those guys to secure offensive line. And we need to land a kicker. The sad news, I wish I was able to look at his career recap. Will Fuller retired. I thought we'd be able to get one more year out of him. So I know he got over 80 total touchdowns, which is pretty damn good considering he was the big guy to step up after that massively one-sided, terrible DeAndre Hopkins trade. So he's pretty good. But we're going to finish out the final rebuild by spending all of our remaining money trying to improve the offensive line. So for our final draft, we just kind of went with BPA. And I made our 3 picks here. 3rd round, we get a 71 guard. 2nd round, we get a 75 D tackle. Kelvin Casey out of Louisville, hidden dev. We'll find out what his dev trade is obviously at the end. And then the 1st round, just best price, #2 in true talent. We got Matt Mullins, member of the Mullins family. He's back at a Mizzou, 78 hidden dev. You know this guy's going to be an X Factor or something crazy like that. He's a Mullins, for God's sakes. PL Mullins, little brother. So here we go, final year for the rebuild. Everything on the line, 95 overall offense. We're trying to find changes, looking at where we're at. Laviska Shenault, it's his time to be the lead dog in this wide receiver room. No more Will Fuller. Offensive line looks really solid, especially that left-hand side, adding in 2 90-plus players in Alex Leatherwood and Ben Bredesen. Defensively, again, really solid. Nothing too crazy, nothing too ridiculous. It's just a very well-rounded team with 0 weakness. So I am firmly expecting us to win another division title and then try to win another Super Bowl. Well, a little ridiculous, but hey, for once we'll cash in and make our own 8-8 playoff run. It's a divisional title, which we can definitely add to the old scoreboard, bringing it to 5. So that means half the time of this rebuild, 10-year rebuild, we won a divisional title. Looking at the stats here, Deshaun Watson, ooh, might have a chance in MVP. 37 touchdowns, 41 total, maybe over 1,000 yards for DeAndre Swift. 17 touchdowns for the slot wide receiver Redstrom. Like seeing that. Defensively, over 100 tackles, 3 picks for Amos. We got 10.5 sacks for Amenahu, 8 from Hendricks, 7 from Frere. So again, 3-4 Storm. Feeling pretty good. I like it. Maybe next time we will try out the Broncos. Or if any of you guys out there use 3-4 Storm, what is the best playbook? Let me know in the comment section below. Yearly awards MVP, Daniel Jones. Just etching out Deshaun Watson. So he finishes with 4 MVPs. He's the Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC. We have Mullins, the running back here of the Mullins family. He's a Offensive Rookie of the Year, and not surprised. We have Quarterback of the Year. Going to, I guess we will see what the dev trait was of the running back. Is he? You can tell if he's a new member of the Mullins family. It's just, it's still not unveiled. Let's just sneak a peek. That's only a star. Whatever. Still proud. Still makes PL and the rest of the family ecstatic where he's at. So let's get into the playoffs here against the 10-5-1 Ravens. Can we run the gauntlet and get our second Super Bowl? We'll find out. I guess, am I worried? Absolutely not. We're an 8-8 team and we're playing with a sim. We should be the favorites to win the whole tournament, okay? They still got Justin Tucker for the Ravens. I wonder how many guys still have. It's only year 10. They are a somewhat young team. I imagine they would have a lot of familiar faces. It's just weird that, like, Lamar Jackson sometimes bounces consistently. I feel like there's a little bit, you know, they add those fifth-year options. I feel like there's a little bit of a bug with some of the fifth-year options. So I see some shady things going on in free agency. But anyways, we're down 1 point here in the fourth quarter. Kick a field goal. They go up 2 points. Defense holds strong, but we hold them to a field goal. They're now up 1 point again. But we get the touchdown, up 7. This game's either going to go to overtime or we're going to win it in regulation. Kick the field goal. We miss it. Come on. Ah, it's over. God damn it. You know, they stole Lamar Jackson, but that's the last game for Deshaun Watson. I'm glad he was an elite performance. Almost 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, 74% completion percentage. I mean, 5 divisional titles, 1 Super Bowl, 4 MVPs for Deshaun Watson. It's a pretty goddamn good rebuild. But we'll wrap this up by looking at the final stats, the career stats for a lot of the familiar faces throughout this 10-year Houston Texan rebuild, and we'll wrap the episode up. So that will pretty much do it here for the Houston Texan rebuild. Saw a lot of great players. Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Swift, Laviska Shenault, Brevin Jordan, Titus Howard doing the damn thing, bringing in Bredesen and Leather went on pretty late. Defensively, Amenahu was here from start to finish. Hamza Nasruddin. We got Davis Gaither, Rumpf, Justin Reed. So, I mean, who do we actually have that was on the roster when we started? Justin Reed was one. Amenahu was another. And Titus Howard? Deshaun? Yeah. So, you know, it was a pretty damn good team. Fun rebuild, for sure. Glad Deshaun Watson went off because I'm, like I said, big fan. Look at the career stats Deshaun Watson chilling with, we'll round that up to 47,000 passing yards, 385 touchdowns to 100 picks. So, I mean, he's going to, I think when you're looking at the analyst history, he could be the second greatest quarterback in history. Behind Tom, obviously you got to give Tom Brady the Super Bowls, but I think the discussion, given this performance of Deshaun Watson, he's right in that conversation. I think top 5 for sure, if not top 3, if not top 2. DeAndre Swift finished with 8,800 rushing yards and 63 touchdowns. That's a pretty good career. Throw in over 5,000 rushing yards and 50 touchdowns for Deshaun Watson. I think it makes even that more clearer that he needs to be maybe the number 2 quarterback behind Tom Brady. 5 fumbles, that's actually like pretty good. And I'm pretty sure almost all those fumbles happened when I was using him. Laviska Shenault finished with 7,500 yards, 59 touchdowns. We got 69 touchdowns from DJ Redstrom. Really, really nice receiver for like a random guy. You know, if we're making an all, like I said, I brought it up earlier. If we made like an all Madden generated team from all the rebuilds, Redstrom's probably going to be our starting slot wide receiver. Solid career from Brevin Jordan. Maybe doesn't live up that first round billing, but it's not bad. Those aren't bad numbers. Pretty good numbers for DeAndre Swift as well. Defensively, Justin Reed, almost 800 tackles at 8 interceptions. We had 72 sacks from Amenahu. I think when all is said and done, most Texan fans would be happy if that's how he finished his career, especially 114 TFLs. Hendricks, 42. Interceptions-wise, we got 12 from Amos, 10 from Hamza Nasruddin. You know, I'm happy with this team, man. When all is said and done, it was a good rebuild. It was a good rebuild for sure. So let me know in the comment section below what rebuild you guys want to see next on the channel. We're working through all the teams, but it's a successful one, and that's all that matters. So thank you guys for watching. A little bit later today, we're going to be dropping another episode of the 2020 mock draft series of the Detroit Lions, so make sure you guys check that out. It'll be around, you know, after supper-ish time. But if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button if you enjoyed it. Until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too persistent on taking your bitch. Here comes a monster to scare all you kids. Y'all scared, what you running from? Y'all scared, what you running from? Y'all scared, what you running from? Y'all scared.